Okay, so these parking lot here was probably about the same. I don't know. I feel like it was different. Maybe we were parked over there or something. And that used to be a Straw House Pizza right there. That's Sushinera. And so, you know, the bike was, I think the door was probably in the same place. Maybe it was in a different place. And the bike was right outside the door for whatever reason, right? And this is where that incident took place. Okay, and so maybe we were parked here or there. I can't remember that part. It's like they changed the parking lot, but I don't know. Okay, and you know, so I told them to, you know, to get the machete and then to bring it to me, and then I'll hold them off. Well, this is that infamous shopping center. Excuse me. That's the TJ Maxx. I'm pretty sure that used to be there. Something similar was there. If that wasn't that, okay. I'm pretty sure this McDonald's used to be there as well. And there's a bank over there, so on and so forth. That took place over here. And we're about to take a little mission over there to Barnell and the village and so on and so forth. And the gas station in the Sun Valley Market, where a lot of the other incidents took place. Okay, so I had to clean off the lens here. There's actually a path over there. I don't know if you can see those people walking on it. And that's a community center. It wasn't there before, at least not in a big elaborate form, right? And this auto zone here, it used to not be there. There used to be a Burger King there. And so I must have went through that path. Maybe I came out of it earlier than that, or maybe I came out there and I ended up in this Burger King over, you know, where this auto zone is now, where the Burger King used to be. Okay, so it's on Monterey and Tenet, which also, when it goes the other way, is Edmondson. Okay, so we're gonna do this in clips, you know, so I don't break traffic rules and what have you. So you can see it's quite a ways. We've gone like maybe half a mile from that Burger King, and the village is over here on Cosmo. Okay, which goes back to the Cosmos. You understand me? And there's kind of shady, you know, liquor stores, apartments, right? Taco place. So it's part of Morgan Hill is kind of shabby. So let's actually go this way. That thing used to not be there, that kind of learning center that was built recently, like last year or somewhere, this year or something, they finished it. Here is the village. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera. Yeah, last time to clean the lens, but there's a fence there where there's a lot of graffiti that's been painted over, and a lot of it was gang graffiti. And at some point the Surenos came here and they put the X3, but there's more like X4 related stuff there, right, to the northerners. And here's the Sun Valley Market, and over there, like on that little ice chest, or maybe it was a bench there or something. Maybe it was ice. He was sitting on something over there. That's where I went and shook his hand. It's also in that parking lot where the West Side Norteno. When I turned my head back around, he was an older guy. He was like 40. Okay, so now over here, we're gonna go through. Through Barnell. So over here, as we go down here, right, Spring and Del Monte, this is like the back of the village. Over that way is the village, okay? And there's a park on that side. We'll come back through there later, because I got to go back that way anyway. So there's like, you know, some kind of housing apartments here, more kind of poor slum looking like apartments here, okay? Well, this is obviously not the ghetto, but it's a rougher area. It has a different psychological effect, okay, when you come through it. So here, there's little houses and apartments here, right? And so over here, there also used to be a truck over here. Okay, so you see the burglar bars, these kind of looking housing, right? This is kind of where I used to come here fairly frequently. I was to be on good terms with these guys. When I first started driving, one of the first places I went was, you know, the house must be, no, it's not this house. It's like house right here. I think it was that house right there, I guess, where the big guy used to be. And that over here, okay, on this road back behind me is where I stood when I came back with the crew member to exact revenge. Okay. And of course, you know, the police ended up coming and having to play it off masterfully, what have you. I was very proud of myself that I had the courage to kind of come back to their hood with just one person, without any knives or any weapons at all, just the Sobe bottles. And I was, you know, very much of the state of mind to really, you know, me with a knife is you know, it's one of my best weapons. I would have cleaned up. You see what I'm saying? And again, I'm glad that that didn't go down there, what have you. So now here on Del Monte, we'll turn this little turn here. Okay. Well, it shows up. Last time I did this, it didn't show up well because the screen was foggy. Yeah, that sunlight kind of gets in the way here. I might have to pull over and pump out here. Let me just pull over and get this here. Hold on. So again, I'm not a gangster. I'm not promoting gang-related lifestyles. I don't think anyone should join gangs or be thugs. But, you know, I don't want to break the traffic laws here by jaywalking. So, you know, there's little writing there on the wall right there. I don't know if it shows up. There's a lot of stuff that's been painted over here. Okay, I used to be out here with, and there's apartments over there or whatever. I used to be out here with, you know, years ago, over 2 decades ago, you know, with the Blood Associate. I think I've been saying affiliate, I meant associate. Okay, and, you know, with my crew members, you know, with Bloods and Crips, and you know, used to hang out with Northerners and their allies, lightweight, you know, and people who were just people who knew them, and we used to come over here and we'd deal with it, buy weed of them, because it was easier to go here to get weed than go all the way to San Jose. Those gas to consider. That was part of why. I can't remember all the reasons why, but that certainly was one of them. I think I just wanted to bring them around to show these guys that, you know, that I'm the real deal, and so on and so forth, because people tend to doubt you and so on and so forth. So that's that, you know. And again, I don't have any hard feelings here, you know. I'm not like here to boast or brag or to act bad. To just tell the story, to be consistent with my religious book. And, you know, it's what's best for society. And again, I don't promote a gang-related lifestyle. I don't promote, you know, senseless violence. You know, it's the difference between horse and set. It's fighting for God, universal pinpoint and moral precision, not being led astray by the religious structures of the world, by the governing class, by the managerial class, or anyone else, but universal pinpoint and moral precision. So, you know, that kind of is that, you know. So in the midst of the kind of gentrification that's going on in Morgan Hill, there was a lot of poor people back here, and I think that there's the way the inflation is hitting, the way the government has selective law enforcement and selective kind of employment, right? You know, the word menu, right? Menu, okay. Sandwich, right? Sandwich, desert, and dessert. Okay, it goes back to the horse and set stuff, right? The settler, setting the stage, the setup. Okay, set is T scrambled, where it's spelled T-E-S instead of T-E-A-S-E. And so you see that I'm right about this, right? Meal, melee, food, faux do, okay? Grub, G-rub, that's not a coincidence, right? And what's on the menu, right? Depending on what menu date is what's on the menu. And the reason why it's called a date, which goes back to, you know, D8, right? And rituals, this, that, and other thing. In fact, the word position is poisonous scramble. Can you imagine that someone thinks that all these things are coincidence? Okay, witches talk about magic spells, and they call it a sandwich, right? A sand, like the desert, and the dessert. And Set is a deity of the desert, whose Greek counterpart is Zeus. So you see, I must be right. And they're crazy for pretending I'm crazy when I'm obviously right. Over here on Spring and Del Monte, you know, there's like a graveyard down there. I don't know, we passed it, it's on the left over there. And yeah, I used to hang out in this area. I used to buy a lot of weed back in the day. Okay. Well, at least, you know, weed costs a lot of money for those who don't know. $20 for a gram back in the day. Still, it is more or less in some places, I'm told, top shelf, what have you. Okay, so here's the village where Tierra Romero was shot in this area, right? And I think that a lot of these guys who were more thug-like kind of have left over the years. Okay. So she was hanging out with a group of guys from the village, and, you know, the local village guys who are aligned to Norte, you know, kind of must have rocked the boat. The Surenos, they came through with some kind of long gun or some, couple of them, 2 or 3 of them, and they got arrested for it, right? So there's a little camera there, that's why it's there, it's on that pole. And, you know, that's that. Now, I'm not here to kind of give you too much information, what have you, about people, the way they think, the inner workings, what have you, but just giving you that story again, like I said before, when I pulled over on the site. This is not here to kind of instigate or talk shit, you know. This is just to tell the story. You feel me?